Good evening, Tallahassee. Welcome to your Tuesday night edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Chris Malve. Check out this stunning sunset over Doak Campbell State right now. You can start to even see some purples and pinks, just really lovely skies over Tallahassee right now. We're seeing some cooler weather to go with it. Now we have the time change, so now we're getting a little bit darker earlier, and we're also cooling down a little bit earlier as well. So we're in the 60s really just all across North Florida, and tonight will be another lovely fall evening with upper 40s for most of the region, 48 in Monticello, 49 over in Quincy. A little bit warmer though towards the coast, upper 50s near Carabel and Apalachicola, but some pretty nice weather here in Tallahassee. But I will leave you guys with some pretty good news. No development in the tropics right now. Things are kind of really starting to wind down a bit for the rest of hurricane season, but again, it will end on November 30th, but nothing to worry about right now. For now, we're going to be talking about the sunshine on tonight's show. We're going to be talking about a little bit of a warm-up and, of course, our sky of the week. All this and more on FSU Weather. Happy Tuesday Eve, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Chris Malve here.
And I'm student meteorologist Katie Allen.
I mean, gosh, what did you think of that sunset? I mean, I was pretty surprised when I got up there to do the overview. I'm honestly jealous that I'm not outside right now.
It just got prettier and prettier as we were watching that live view. Someone cue Pig Skies by Zach Bryan. It's beautiful out there.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out that sunset. Hopefully it's still out there by the time the show's over. I have a Seminole Sound basketball game to go to tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to catch that sunset. But what do you think about all this lovely fall weather?
I love it. It is so nice, especially this week with those 70s. I think that's the perfect temperature. In the mornings and nights, you want to bundle up, but I'm still sweating on my walk to class. So it's a fun little game that we're playing every day.
Yeah, no, I've kind of been a similar boat. You know, I've kind of been able to break out long sleeves, but, you know, by the time you get to the afternoon, I've been having to take off my quarter zip. So still feeling a little bit warmer in the afternoon. Not too bad, though. It still feels like fall. I'm getting those fall vibes still, which is pretty nice. But, Katie, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what's going on around the South or the local here in Tallahassee?
Yes, Chris, I would be so happy to tell you guys more about what's going on in the local. So if we're looking at this live radar, again, those beautiful, beautiful skies that we love to see. If you can go on a walk right now, maybe after the show, you should go check it out. We are in this Goldilocks effect right now. Just like the gold that you were seeing on this map, we're sitting at 71 in Tallahassee, not too hot, not too cold. It is a beautiful temperature here. If we're looking at our almanac, we are sitting pretty close to the average today, high of 77 and the low of 36. I'm really happy that we're not at the record of 89, and I am definitely even more happier we're not at the low of 29 because I am not ready for that yet. Snow shouldn't come until later on in our season. Live radar, nothing going on here, so your commute home on I-10 should be perfectly fine. Nothing severe, nothing to worry about. And this is also shown in our future radar going further on into the week, Wednesday and Thursday. Just some scattered clouds, so maybe no stargazing for you later in the week, but nothing really to worry about here either, pretty calm. And along with those clouds, not a lot of precipitation happening, and that's why we are sitting right in this red zone at Tallahassee with the drought monitor. We're staying cold and dry, so we actually might need some more precipitation and some rain, but I know I'm happy that we are staying dry because I do not love any of these storms or rain, so good and bad here. If you have a dog, this is perfect temperatures to take it out. Maybe a little too cold for me at 7 a.m. at 49 degrees. I don't have a dog, I do have a cat, and I have been taking him out on the patio, so tomorrow I will be out there with him from 9 to 11, probably beautiful temperature for that. As far as tonight, we're staying pretty cool here in Tallahassee, 48. Beautiful clear skies. And going on to tomorrow afternoon, another beautiful Goldilocks view, 77 here in Tallahassee. Beautiful, beautiful weather. This week specifically has been really nice with no super cold fronts, but no rain either. So I'm really happy with where we're sitting. But I'm going to take it over to Chris, who's going to see what's happening in the southeast. What's going on there, Chris?
Yeah, and just like our 7-day, we have some absolutely lovely weather. Rain chances here in Tallahassee, they do increase a little bit, but thankfully, around much of the southeast, I mean, check out these sunsets. I mean, Florida is really just putting on quite a stunning view. Panama City Beach, 68 degrees. Over in Orlando, 73 as well. Back in Tampa, 77. Fort Lauderdale as well, 77. Around the state of Florida, looking pretty nice for the most part. 70s kind of for most of the state, which is pretty nice. Do have some clouds, though, in the state of Florida. Central Florida, if you're along I-4, things should be mostly clear. So if you're going to be commuting from work, if you're on I-4, I-95 as well, looking not too bad either. So looking towards tomorrow, again, another lovely day in the state of Florida, staying mostly dry, just a few clouds, but nothing too crazy to worry about. But now we're going to actually take a look at the southeast where, again, Tampa, I mean, guys, I think Florida has just absolutely won the sunset contest. It's not even a competition. Absolutely lovely view over Tampa, Florida. Nashville already pretty dark though at 64, and in New Orleans starting to see some of those hints of pink and even a little bit of gold with that lovely sunset over there. But all around the southeast, sitting in those upper 60s, kind of mid 60s for some places. Our cool spot is going to be over in Charleston, 58, 61 Charlotte. So some pretty nice fall weather really for all of us. And on our radar, we have high pressure sitting over us. Not a whole lot of action. We're staying quite dry. Not many clouds either, just a couple to the north and just at the very tip of the Florida Peninsula. But nothing that's really going to cause any problems. Over the next couple days, you do see some clouds start to move in to the state of Florida, which will help things stay a little bit cooler, which, you know, is nice, especially for this time of year. But no rain that's really going to help us out with that drought. Maybe a few spotty showers here and there, but again, not a whole lot that's going to help out this extreme drought that's just been kind of lingering over the Florida Big Bend, even parts of western Alabama as well. So hopefully we'll get some more rain on in the future. I know we're kind of starting to get into cold front season, so still waiting for some more rain. As we look over towards Charlotte, looks like a pretty nice weekend. Notice our lows continue to dip closer to the 30s. I mean, 41 is going to be quite a chilly morning. If you find yourself in Charlotte, you're going to want that jacket, maybe a couple extra layers. Over in Memphis, Tennessee, another pretty nice couple days. Kind of looking forward, it's going to be in those mid 70s. But as we kind of head towards tomorrow's forecast, looks like another lovely fall day for much of us in the southeast. But Ainsley, how does the rest of the country look compared to the southeast?
Yeah, so we've got a lot going on around the rest of the country. We've got some stuff in the Pacific Northwest, a lot of wind here today, and this banner is kind of covering up some of it that we have on the East Coast as well, but lots of wind, a little bit of that red flag warning there in Nebraska. Here is the East Coast. We've got that system that's moving across that low pressure that we'll get into a little bit more later. But as we take a look at this as a whole, you can see a lot of that precipitation coming into the Pacific Northwest there. That's an atmospheric river, a moderate to severe atmospheric river at this point. We're going to zoom in on it, and you can kind of see this getting pushed onshore and a lot of precipitation preceding it here, following that, dumping a lot of heavy rain. And we'll zoom in even further, and you'll show the rain amounts. It looks like we've gotten some of the orange there, so that's some pretty heavy rain moving onshore there. But moving over to the East Coast, we've got a big low pressure system that's going to be making its way kind of into the northeast here, but what can come along with that is a lot of wind. So we're not really looking at too much rain, not a lot of severe potential other than that wind. We've got a cold front moving with the low very fast there, moving those upper level winds quite significantly. And you can kind of see in the next couple of days that atmospheric river is going to make its sort of landfall. It's going to dump a lot of that heavy rain, but most of us staying pretty clear, especially here in the southeast where we could use a lot of that rain here. And as we move into the next coming days, we'll kind of see that low over the northeast make it's, you even see a little bit of, it looks like wintry mix precipitation there. So it's getting quite cold up there, but for the most part, high and dry over a lot of the U.S. And this is going to be what it kind of looks like in the next couple of days. Again, a lot of that rain gathering up there in California, stretching all the way up into Washington, and then again in the northeast, but not much for us to worry about down here, which we do need it. That is for sure. I said it could wait until after Halloween, you know, get our Halloween plans underway, but we sure do need that rain. It's had an accelerated drought here in the southeast, but out west still pretty dry. Hasn't changed much. It's been dry, but we could use rain all around here. And for tonight, as we take a look at our temperatures, it's going to dip down pretty significantly. 47, definitely layering weather here in Tallahassee, and all the way up as far as Bismarck, North Dakota, 28 degrees. So we are starting to finally see that taste of fall for sure, getting close to winter here. And tomorrow our temperatures are gonna skyrocket back up. It's been pretty dry, so that's what tends to happen. 84 in San Antonio, 80s throughout a lot of the southeast, and then that fall-like spread that you get this time of year as you go a little bit further north. But taking it back to what we've got going on here in Tallahassee, oh, that is Trivia Tuesday. We're just gonna skip over that. That is okay. I'm being told to press 4. I'm pressing 4, nothing is happening. Okay, please work. Okay, while we wait for that, oh, here we go, perfect. We plan, God laughs. That's what our professor always likes to say. That's what happened. Here we go. Cameras around the rest of the area. We've got this gorgeous sunset all around Tallahassee. It looks like EOAS. Looks pretty dark already, or the camera's just a little bit smudged, but still, nonetheless, great day to get outside. If you aren't watching this episode outdoors, definitely go and do that. As we take a look at the night, you're gonna wanna layer up though as we get into the overnight hours. 51 here by 1 a.m. Pretty steep difference from day to night here. That's what we've been seeing a lot lately. Tomorrow, 80 degrees here and sunny. So again, those temperatures skyrocketing back up, shooting back up. Pretty sunny though, nothing to worry about in terms of rain, nothing that's gonna disrupt your day. And tonight, pickleball forecast, it looks like 70s again dropping very significantly as the sun starts to go down. And as we take a look at the haircast, we really shouldn't have to worry about it much at all. The dew points have been really low. I've been enjoying that for sure. I can feel my lips starting to get chapped, so chapstick will be the next problem for us here. But in terms of airport delays, Tallahassee, we are pretty clear here. But what we could see is with JFK, I believe that's supposed to be red or at least orange by now because of that low pressure system up there in the northeast, but they've been experiencing a lot of delays in the New York, New England area. But what we've got going on here in Tallahassee is the North Florida Fair. And again, tonight is a good night to get out and do that. And it's starting, I believe, today, not today, the 6th through the 16th. And that is going to stretch, I believe, let's see, where is it at? I think it is the North Florida Fairgrounds, south, that way. Anyway, going into the overnight, again, it's going to continue to get darker, but your weekday forecast, it looks like we should have some good temperatures. There's also supposed to be some graphics popping up here, but again, we'll be in those 80s. Sorry guys, we've got a lot going on tonight. Brains are fried after a synoptic test too as well here, so we are just rolling with the punches as best as we can, and it's, you know, just been a good day to get outdoors. And we're going to take a look here at Sky of the Week. This is what we've got. This is what we've been waiting for all episode. It is beautiful. We've been getting these really gorgeous sunsets here, especially EOAS building, like I said, studying for that synoptic test. We have some study skies that we've been getting on those nights. So this is one of those times where Daniela Strudy took this photo. We have all been studying for synoptic, none more than she has. She is on top of it, but she took this photo while she was studying for that test right here in this building. So we've been catching some really good sunsets here, but make sure to follow us on X at FSU Weather and also like us on Facebook at FSU Weather. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather, subscribe on Facebook at FSU Weather, and last but not least, follow us on TikTok at FSU Weather. And here's one last look at your 7-day forecast.